Well, good morning, everyone. So the fleet's getting very small now. There's only one boat still racing, and Translated is still heading to the finish line. So things are starting to wind up, and we're still in Cowes, waiting for Explorer. It was great to see Sterner arrive yesterday. It was quite an emotion. It's funny, every arrival is different. You know, the crew interact differently. The people on the dock are different. Out on the water, it's different. And yes, it was quite emotional. It was quite fun. So good to have them back. And I think part of there's so many reasons why the emotion changes. You know, it's the type of boat, the nationality of the people, the characters involved. It's amazing. You know, it's one of the standouts for me, seeing the boats arrive and seeing just how different they are. Having said that, it's going to be very interesting to see Explorer when they get in. I can't imagine what the various levels of people on the boat, from captain to mate to crew, are processing their thoughts on how incredibly long and strange this voyage is to the UK. So anyway, we'll have a look at the weather in a minute. And Translated, they'll just be happy to get here. I mean, it's quite an epic and quite a challenge to keep everything happening, keep it on the road, and that'll be a fun one as well. They're still looking at. We'll do the ETAs in a minute. So that's really about it. Sterner's going over to the other side to Hasler Marina to join up. There's a few boats over there, Outlaws over there. When the Explorer gets here, they'll, assuming they get in, they can. We'll go over there and do some work there before it goes back to France. And who arrived? Spirit of Helsinki arrived. Ian and the crew got up there, had a really good reception. And Sterner's going to head over to France after they've done that. They're actually looking for crew. If you want to go for a sail and you're a sailor and you're in Southampton, put somewhere close, because they'll leave this weekend from Hasler Marina, which is basically just down from Southampton. They'd be happy to have a couple of crew on board to sail across to France. You'll need a passport, need to be a sailor, all that sort of stuff, but they could take 2 or 3 on the boat. They've only got about 4 on the boat. I was just speaking to Jarrett this morning, and he said, yeah, he'd be happy to put someone on the boat if you want to have a try on a Swan 53. He'd be happy to have some sailors on board to keep it all rolling. Actually, I should say probably Explorer might be looking for some sailors to deliver the boat as well when they get here, because a bunch of the crew were going to sail over to France, but they may be just interested in just stepping off. Mark will certainly be on board to sail across. It should be a short trip, just a few days. You know, it won't be a month. It's not far to France. Okay, so if you think you're up for a quick trip on either boat, then let us know, or just send us a message in the comments or whatever. Anyway, what else is happening? What else is happening? I think that's about all. We've just realised we spelt citations wrong, or the technical biological name for whales and dolphins and porpoises and all that sort of stuff, which is really annoying. It's in the notice of race. It's all spent like a citation will give you a certificate, because I know we got it right, because I'm a hopeless speller. So I checked the spelling of the word correctly, and I put it in, but some autocorrect has zipped it all through the notice of race, so it's spelt wrong. So don't laugh too hard when you get to that lot. And there'll be, soon we'll talk about that, there'll be some changes in the notice of race when we issue that in September, obviously, because we listen to what the current entrants are saying, and any good suggestions, we might modify that between now and then. Could be a bit of communication going on between potential entrants now, talking about things that are happening with the next edition of the race. Okay, let's go to the tracker and see what's going on. There it is. You've got it there. I'm sitting in front of the window again here, very sunny and hard to see my screen. Anyway, here it comes. I'll just slide that up there. Not a lot of boats to follow now, but it's still kind of interesting. And Explorer's heading in the right direction. That's a start. We want the weather now. We're actually moving out of this place, moving down a floor. We've had to extend our stay while we wait. So we're in the middle of that. Okay, so there's Explorer finally on the right side of the Azores High, which fortunately went down to the southeast rather than across to the east. So it's put him in the quadrant there, which gives him a favourable breeze. Starboard quarter, still only doing 5.1 knots. Not sure why. if that wind is right, you'd think that our spinnaker's up and all the rest of it, but maybe it's still a bit softer than what it's actually showing on the graphic here. I'll check that out on windy, but it looks like they got a great breeze there, probably 15 knots or so. You'd think they'd have all the bloody kites up and going for it, but 5.1 knots, did 113 mile day, 1,400 miles to go, so that's still 2 weeks. So we might see them on the 14th. No, I'm being a bit cheeky there. They need to get here by the 9th because that's when we check out, and I don't think they can do that, but we'll keep our fingers crossed, and we'll look at the weather in a sec. That's a very traditional format. In fact, let's have a look at the whole of the Atlantic. The Transat just took off yesterday. They're all heading towards New York now. I think it is on the other side. So that's a big one. Lots of Imokas and Class 40s and all sorts heading across. I think there's 48 boats or something all heading across there. Oh, that's interesting. Translated right on the beach. Let's have a look at that. Maybe they haven't suggested they're going anywhere or there's a problem. So I think they're just, excuse me. Oh, I may be wrong. They might be going to Porto by the look of it. So hang on, I'm confusing everyone now. There's no reason for them to be. Oh, yeah, no, there is. Let's have a look at the weather here. I've got a bit of a glare. Yeah, I would have thought they could have headed up there. So, but they're tied on. They might be getting a different wind direction there, but still, the other tackle pulling away from the coast. And then when they get away from the coast, they've got these westerlies, which allows them to head straight up. So I'm a little confused on that one. It seems a little bit strange, but because even with that wind direction coming in from the northwest, they'd be at a point higher. And Porto is a very good marina in there and all services and stuff. But I'll just check with Jane later and see if there's any tweets. But nothing to suggest any problems. And I know they're keen to get here. So doing 7 knots and 146 mile day. So that's all I can tell you on that one. So 2 strange situations there. But that's at least we've got something to talk about. So now I'm just going to put these both together and roll the weather forward a couple of days. The internet should be strong enough. So Explorer's got more favourable winds going through, and it's like midnight tonight. Looks like they're going to get a bit of a kick, and maybe translated there. It's a north. They should be able to head higher. So that's a clear northwesterly there, so they should be able to steer a little bit east of north. Maybe they're just going to go and have a break because there's some headwinds coming by the look of it, and have another reflection on that. Explorer may have some challenges. We've gone through to the 30th, so it's the next day. It's the 36 hours later. So 36 hours, they should be at least 150 miles forward. No, it's 230. So they're still holding the breeze, but not strong because there's a light patch of breeze there. So that's looking interesting. Then coming through, yeah, they're going to have Explorer's got plenty of breeze there. Pick them up, and they'll still be aiming right. And there's the wind is swinging more to the west for that, which would allow Translated to just, if they were going for this, if they were racing mode, they could just squeak up here on the inside, head into the Bay of Biscay. So it's suggesting that they may be heading into the coast, but that's all I can tell you. Anyway, that's 2 days away. We've got nothing else to do, so we'll just see what 3 days look like. Yeah, absolutely turning into a westerly for Translated. They could go north on that. Explorer's going to have some quiet stuff again, right? Because they're a long way out. Normally, you try and target through on the run line here through the Azores, but as you know, they went west. And I think yesterday they were closer to Nova Scotia than they were to England. But there you go. But a bit of light stuff, so that's not going to allow Explorer to have a fast passage, and there's more light stuff, but at least the direction's from the right way. So they'll be making time, and let's wait and see what Translated does. That's about it. That's all I can tell you. I'm not worried about the rankings. Explorers is racing themselves, so that's it. I'll just come back and say g'day to a few people. Hit that one. Okay, see who's here. Numbers are going to drop off dramatically now because there's not even a lot to talk about. G'day, Stefan. I will get back to you. Ayrton's coming across today. Ayrton, GGR skipper, mini globe race sailor, getting ready for that. And coming across because Jeremy's here and Ada's here and Jane and I are here and all that stuff. So to have lunch. That's partly why I'm doing this one now. G'day, Paul. Evening from Amy. G'day, Rob. Evening. Morning, everybody. Bruno, good morning, Don. We'll miss the daily updates. Yeah, us too, in a way. Things are winding down. It's starting to feel very real about we're about to wrap everything up. There's a few things going on, between now and the prize giving on June the 21st. And had some big discussions with Rob about the doco and some films and things are going on. So I hope to get up. You'll see about that later on. So you want to call back in every week or so for the next 6 months. I'm sure you'll find something of interest, but we'll see. Francis, met some of Sterner crew last night. Cool. Yep, we had a bit of a dinner on here. Sterner had their crew party last night. It was all very sedate, actually, because they got to go over and start working. So no one got too under the weather. All right, that's it. So have a good day, and we'll keep in touch. We're going to do trackers now, not necessarily every day, just when there's a hole, maybe every day. Depends what's happening, but certainly every couple of days, just to keep you updated on what's happening with Translated and Explorer. So all kind of cool. So we're not finished yet. We're not a wrap, but we absolutely won't be necessarily every day. Thanks for that, and we'll keep on keeping on. See you later.